I've always been interested in real-world problems. When I ran into my first computer, I thought, wow. I'd seen factories and things. Those machines, they had no ability to change. They had no ability, in short, to think. That was the missing element. I had to write a couple of programs, and I could see the possibilities. You could do anything with a computer. I was convinced that computers would really change the world. If you have time for a story, I'll tell you why.
Policy letter number 4 is really kind of a way of describing what is going on within the IBM culture. It's a letter written by T.J. Watson, Jr. back in 1953. He was negotiating to build plants in southern states. The governors in those southern states were really pressing him to sign up for a separate but equal policy. And he was clear, we are not going to discriminate against our employees. So he wrote this letter as a way to send a message to the governors. Now you have to decide whether you want the jobs. He was clear that IBM would not discriminate on the basis of race or color or creed. And then he caused it to be printed in the local newspapers as a way to send a message to the governors that this wasn't just an affectation, this was belief. It shows the commitment of the company to put a stake in the ground even when it potentially is going to cost the company something. IBM set an example that others could observe. But this isn't an isolated instance. In 1914, we employed the first disabled employees. 1934, we employed women in what were the high-tech jobs of the time. And the following year, the founder of the company declared that it was the policy of the IBM company to pay women the same thing that men earn for doing the same work. This is like 30 years before any civil rights statute in the United States obligated us to do it. In 1984, you see IBM declaring that it will not discriminate against people on the basis of sexual orientation. 2005, we set a policy that said we weren't going to discriminate against people on the basis of information that we could glean from their genetic makeup. First company in the world to do it. At some level, we are all different. We think differently. We react to the world around us differently. Those differences aren't things to be afraid of. They are, in fact, the things that drive innovation and creativity and the ability to adapt to the world. We believe that companies are great because they can attract the greatest and smartest people. And the belief that talented, bright people are found in every part of the human family is not just a kind of poster statement. This is who we are.